Today marks a significant day for the transformation of Nigeria's housing landscape as the Honorable Minister and Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development marked 1 year in office with a declaration of progress and roadmap for the future. The event, which took place in the nation's capital, had in attendance Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris Malagi, who was duly represented, the Chairman, House Committee on Urban and Regional Development, Honorable Abiante Awaji, Chairman, House Committee on Housing and Habitat, Honorable Abdul Mumin Jibril, MD and CEO, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria FMBN, Shehu Osidi, MD and CEO, Federal Housing Authority FHA, Oyetunde Ojo, MD and CEO, Family Homes Fund, MD and CEO of Shelter Afrique Development Bank, Fiano Habib Han, Chairman of the Reform Task Team, stakeholders in the housing sector, among others. Delivering his opening remarks during the press briefing, Architect Ahmed Dangiwa highlighted the ministry's significant strides and ambitious plans to address the nation's housing challenges. From the groundbreaking of over 6,600 housing units to the launch of a transparent online housing portal, the launch of Dangiwa's vision is clear: to deliver on the renewed hope agenda and ensure affordable housing for all Nigerians.
We want to begin this press briefing by thanking Almighty God for preserving us. Mr. President, to thank Mr. President for the opportunity to serve, our aides for the support they have given us, all staff of the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development for their hard work, and our partners for the value that they add to our work. When we resumed office, we developed an action plan in line with the presidential priorities and deliverables of Mr. President. This was necessary to guide us in the implementation of the reforms initiatives that will increase the access to affordable housing for Nigerians, unlock the potential of the housing sector, and contribute to the economic growth and improve our urban landscape. Some of the key components of the Action Plan 2023 to 2027 are as follows. The first is the rapidly reforming the federal housing institutions to make them more efficient and increase their capacity. Increase the housing stock of decent and affordable housing units in the country to meet the rising demand. Thirdly, expand the implementation of the National Urban Renewal and Slum Upgrade Program to improve livability of our urban areas and slums. And streamline land administration and governance through the review of the Land Use Act in conjunction with the National Assembly and state governments. Establish the National Social Housing Fund to ensure access to decent housing for low and no income earners and their privileged and the IDPs. And establish private sector-led local building materials manufacturing clusters in each of the political zones of the country to reduce imports and lower cost of housing construction. Over the last 1 year, we have recorded substantial progress towards achieving these goals. First is we have laid a solid foundation for sustainable housing sector reforms that will touch on all critical value points and problem areas in Nigerian housing ecosystem. As you may recall, in January, we inaugurated 4 housing sector reform task teams with a focus on producing blueprints for strengthening federal housing institutions, including FMBN and FHA, streamlining land administration, and ensuring multi-agency collaboration and establishment of building materials manufacturing hubs in each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Today, I'm happy to report that despite several challenges, these teams of professionals and their leaders have over the past 6 months worked hard and made a lot of personal sacrifices towards producing their reports. We will study their recommendations and take necessary actions towards implementing them as we begin our 2nd year in office.
Dangiwa stated that one of the most significant achievements highlighted was the commencement of the Renewed Hope Cities and Estates program, which has led to the groundbreaking of 6,612 housing units across 13 locations nationwide.
We have made substantial progress in increasing the stock of affordable and decent housing stock for Nigerians, with the groundbreaking of 6,612 housing units across 13 locations nationwide under the ministry's Renewed Hope Cities and Estates program. This includes the 3,112 housing unit Renewed Hope City in Karsana, Abuja, under the public-private partnership. 12 other locations are being funded under the 2023 supplementary budget, and they include the 500 Renewed Hope City in Kano and 250 Renewed Hope Estates in Katsina, Yobe, Gombe, Sokoto, Ibonyi, Abia, Akwa Ibom, Delta, Benue, Nasarawa, Osun, and Oyo states. The Renewed Hope Cities comprise of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom block of flats, as you have seen from the video clips, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom terraces, 4 bedroom duplexes, and 5 bedroom duplexes. The Renewed Hope Estates to cater to low and medium income earners comprise 1, 2, and 3 bedroom semi-detached bungalows.
The Chairman, House Committee on Urban and Regional Development, Honorable Abiante Awaji, while giving his remarks, commended Mr. President for his initiative for having to create the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development to solve the housing deficit in Nigeria. He added that the House Committee will continue to support the ministry in achieving its goal.
I have come here to join us in thanking Mr. President for having to create this ministry. All along you had existed and operated as probably a department or something somewhere, and that may have hindered your achievements. For this 1 year plus that we have a Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, we can feel the impact. It's as if there is a new realization that housing is one of the very basic needs of humanity, and mankind. Help me applaud Mr. President. We are delivering houses in thousands across the 36 states of this country. We are concerned as a committee on how effective this would be. As we partner, we will continue to partner with the ministry to remain focused. But we will not fail to mention that the housing development should solve problems and not create problems.
Also speaking at the event, the Chairman, House Committee on Housing and Habitat, Honorable Abdulmumin Jibril, commended Dangiwa and his team for their hard work and commitment to achieving Mr. President's goal for affordable housing.
I've also seen the Honorable Minister and, of course, his team designing a priority, which I believe is very critical to the sector. And will continue to encourage them from the point of view of the National Assembly to be able to achieve those priorities. I've seen the ministry focus on land reforms. Honorable Minister, we're looking forward to the Land Commission. I've seen the ministry focus on the social housing funds. I've seen a lot of efforts being pushed towards that. We're really looking forward eagerly towards that. I also understand that a bill is coming, and be rest assured that we will treat that bill with dispatch by the time it comes. And it will be a major game changer in the housing sector.
The event ended with the presentation and submission of reports by the task team and the signing of an MOU between the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development and Shelter Afrique Development Bank.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.